Hello students, so welcome to mathematics class. So today we are going to start new chapter, that is fractions, decimals and rational numbers. So these numbers we are been discussing from first class. So without numbers there won't be a mathematics, isn't it? So collection of numbers in different ways, we are giving that different definitions. So you have discussed about the number systems in your previous classes, I think. Okay, till 6th class you have discussed about various types of number systems, isn't it? Natural numbers, okay, whole numbers, integers. So in first chapter you are having integers, isn't it? Negative values. What are natural numbers? Which are countable, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which can be easily counted, are called as natural numbers. And what about whole numbers? The collection of natural numbers including 0. 0 also included in the whole numbers. What about integers? Integers are collection of natural numbers, 0 and their negatives. And their negatives are called as integers. Let me give you one example. So if I have 10 apples, if I have been given 5 apples to any other person, what is remaining with me? How many apples will be remained with me? So I have 10 apples, I have given 5 to other person, so I have left with 5 apples, isn't it? If I given him 4, then I have 6. So here what I am doing, I have that numbers. From that I am subtracting, I am giving that to other person. So negative value, it is been given to others. So we are subtracting that. I have did -4 and 6 is left with me. So negative is also representing the number system. So negative value is called as integer, isn't it? So these things you have discussed in your previous classes. So in this class, few more number systems we are going to discuss, that are fractions, decimals and rational numbers. These three are interlinked with each other but not same. Okay, all the three are interlinked with each other but they are not same. Okay, we'll be using these three conditions in different situations. Depending upon the situation, we'll be using this fraction, decimal and rational number. Rational number is very important. You will be having this rational number till 10th class. So listen carefully this session so that you can understand it clearly. In future you will be getting it easily. Okay, so now coming to first definition, that is fraction. Can anyone tell me what is a fraction? Okay, let me start with an example. Till now I have given you one example. I have 10 apples and I have given one person 4 apples and remaining apples with me are only 6. So I have totally 10. In that 10 I have given to other. How many? 4. And left with me is 6. So I have only 6 apples. I have only 6 apples, in total 10 apples. The part of whole is called as fraction. This is the definition till 6th class. Okay, we'll be discussing it in detailed matter, isn't it? So what I said you till now, a part, we can tell this, a part of whole. What is whole? Whole, each and everything. Okay, whole. If I am taking some quantity, that whole quantity I have to take. Let me take one more example. If I have pizza here, okay, McDonald's pizza, McDonald's pizza. Okay, I'm just eager to eat it. Now, coming to the point, okay, let us come in our subject. Okay, if we have a pizza here, okay, you may ask where is butter, where is cheese? Okay, no need, it is just I have taken only an example. So let us think we have pizza here. So here I have pizza. Okay, here I have pizza, it is in circular way. So you will be getting this whole pizza in one single piece? Can you eat this whole pizza at one time? No. So what they will do? They will be cutting in pieces. Am I right? So they will be cutting like this. You will be having 6 to 8 pieces. They will be cutting this pizza in 6 to 8 pieces. So that you can take one single piece here and can eat easily. Okay, easily. If you have the whole, then you have to cut and you have to take. So the company people, okay, they will be cutting this in their way. Either they will be cutting in 6 pieces or they will be cutting in 8 pieces. So here what I am going to say, what I want to say here, what I did, I'm only one person to eat. So what I did, I have taken this part separately and I have started eating. Separately I have taken that part, I have started eating. So I have finished this part. Now can you tell me the whole part, how many pieces are there in the whole part? 1, 2, this is third part, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total number of pieces are 8. So how many pieces I have eaten? I have eaten 1 piece. So how many pieces have been left? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So totally in whole 8 parts, I have taken and eaten 1 part. So how many parts are being remained? Okay, 7 parts. From how many parts? 8 parts. So this is the remaining value. And how much I have eaten? How much I have eaten? 1 part of total 8 parts. 1 part of total 8 parts I have eaten the part of pizza, isn't it? So what I did here, I have been compared. I am comparing here the part which I have eaten and total number of parts. That is, in total number of 8 parts, I have eaten 1 part. Here in remaining, that is, after eating 1 part, how many parts are being left? Is 7 parts. So the parts which have been left, to get clearly, so we will write in this manner. That is 7 divided by 8. It represents that totally we are having 8 parts. In that 8 parts, we have remained 7 parts. Understood? So this how we will be writing the general form. So this form is called as fraction. I think you have understood. What is a fraction? A part of whole. A part of whole is called as fraction. The fraction is the system which represents a part of whole. Okay, it represents the part of whole. Now, if I have eaten 2 parts out of 8 parts, then I will write eaten parts are 2 by 8, isn't it? And remaining parts are 6 divided by 8. Okay, 6 divided by 8. Like this. Okay, if I have eaten 3 parts, then I have eaten 3 parts out of 8 parts. And here we will represent remaining parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. 5 parts out of 8 parts have been left. If I eat totally half pizza, then it means I have eaten 4 by 8 parts, and here 4 by 8 part, half pizza is been left. You can say you have eaten 4 by 8 part, here also 4 by 8 part is left. Then how you said half? You can see here, if I divide this, 4 ones are and 4 twos are, I am getting 1 by 2 part. Here also if I divide, ones are, twos are, then I am getting 1 by 2 part. So this how I have eaten half part, and half part is being remained. Understood? So what is a fraction? I think you have understood clearly about fraction. What is a fraction? Fraction is nothing but it is a part of whole. A part of whole, isn't it? So this is the thing, part of whole. This represents the fraction. So now coming to the point. Okay, is the fraction, can we take the fraction in negative also? No, absolutely we can't take the value in negative. We can say some parts have been completed and some parts have been left. But we can't say I have eaten minus 4 by 8. We can't take it in negative way. The fractions are only in a positive. Okay, fractions are taken only in positive. They won't be taken in negative. Okay, they can't be taken in negative. So one more definition of fraction is the fraction can be written in a form of p by q, or it can be written in a form of a divided by b, where a and b both are whole numbers. But b value should not be equals to 0. Till I have said you whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, some so on. So here we have used whole numbers, isn't it? So why, sir, why we can't take 0 in the denominator? Okay, if I give you one question, divide 0 by 4, you will divide 0 divided by 4, numerator is taken inside and denominator is taken outside. So 4 zeros are 0, isn't it? Reminder, you have got 0. Whenever I will take this in reverse manner, if I take 4 divided by 0, if I am dividing 4 by 0, then you will be getting 0, 4s are 0, again remaining value is 4, again you will be writing 0, 4s are 0, again remaining is 4, so here 4 is being continuing, isn't it? So we don't get 0 in the denominator. If we got 0 in denominator, then the value will become undefined. It means that the value is going on continue. Okay, going on continue. It won't be having any end. The value is continuing. So this is the thing. Okay, this is one more definition. What is fraction? Fraction can be written in a form of a by b, where a and b are whole numbers and denominator value, that is b value, is not 0. Okay, I want you all to remember this point. Okay, remember this point. So why this point we will be discussing in rational numbers definition also, will be discussing in other definitions also. This point is very, very important. Okay, here we have discussed two definitions about fractions. One is a part of whole which are written in a form of a by b, where we can take a and b as numbers, that is whole number, but b value I can't take as 0. A value can be taken as 0. Why? Because I am getting something. Here, you see, I have gotten 8 parts. I didn't 8. So you can write 0 divided by 8. Am I right or wrong? I have got 8 parts of pizza, but I didn't 8. So how many remaining are there? I have to write in fractions. So I will write 0 divided by 8. That is, in 8 parts, I didn't 8 one part also. So I will write 0 divided by 8. Isn't it? 0 by 8 I can take. But without taking anything, how I can eat? I don't have any pizza, then how I can eat that part? So it is impossible. So denominator I can't take. The whole value I can't take as 0. A part value I can take as 0. But the whole value I can't take as 0. So I want you all to remember these points. Now coming to the parts, okay, types of fractions. Okay, it is very interesting. Okay, it will be very interesting. This chapter is very, very interesting. So that because of that reason I have selected this chapter. Okay, listen carefully. Now we are going to discuss about fractions. We have discussed about fractions, a part of whole, isn't it? Now we are going to discuss about types of fractions. Types of fractions. So we have different types of fractions. In that we will be selecting few fractions and we will be discussing about that. So first type of a fraction is proper fraction. First type of fraction is proper fraction. Remember it, okay? Second type of fraction is, let me write in horizontal way, okay, so that I can vertically write the definitions I can give you example. Okay, now second part is improper fraction. Coming to third part, okay, like fractions. Next part, unlike fraction. Next, mixed fraction. Like this, we are having different types. Okay, these are important parts. So because of that reason, I am telling these type of fractions. Okay, so let us complete this. If the time is remained, then we can discuss remaining fractions also. Okay, now coming to proper fraction. Sir, can you tell me what is the proper fraction? Okay, so let me discuss. Let me give you example so that you can understand it properly. Okay, let us take any example. Okay, let us take any example. So here, same, I am taking the example of, I will take the example of cubes. Here, I am having, so here it is a square and here it is a rectangle. I have divided the square in how many parts? 4 parts, and here I have divided this rectangle in 6 parts. So total number of parts are 4, which have taken in denominator. The total part should be taken in denominator. Here the total part is taken in denominator, that is 6. If I shade this part, then what is the fraction of shaded region? What is the fraction of shaded region? Total in 4 parts, only 1 part has been shaded. So 1 divided by 4. If I shade here, how many parts have been shaded here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me tell you, all these parts are equal only. These parts have been divided equally. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So totally in 6 parts I have shaded 3 parts. In this both the conditions. Okay, so if I shade 2 parts, then it will become 2 by 4. If I shade 3 parts, it will become 3 by 4. If I shade 4 parts, then it can become 4 by 4. Behalf of this, can I write 5 divided by 4? Can I write 5 divided by 4? Yes or no? No, I can't. Why? Because the whole value is taken in denominator. So how total value is only 4. So in that, how we can take behalf of this 4? Okay, beyond of this 4 we can't take. We can't take greater number in the numerator. Isn't it? Understood or not? We have only totally we are having 4 parts. In that 4 parts, how I can take 5 parts and 6 parts? We can't take. We can take maximum 4 parts. Isn't it? We can take maximum 4 parts. Behalf of that, I can take. Isn't it? So in this, up to where I can take 6 parts. Isn't it? 6 by 6 I can take. Behalf of that, can I write 7 by 6? Can I write 8 by 6? We can't write. Okay, numerator, we can't take greater than denominator. So such type of fractions are called as proper fraction. I think you have understood. Okay, so let this a be, this is numerator by denominator. So I think you have understood what is a proper fraction. Proper fraction, we have to take that values in proper way. So how we can take maximum value by maximum value we can take. After that we can't take, isn't it? So therefore numerator value should be less than denominator value. Understood? So this is what the proper fraction defines. Okay, what is the proper fraction? Numerator value should be less than denominator value. Then only we can take that as proper fraction, as I have told you. Example, in numerator we can't take greater than denominator. Why? Because the whole part is taken in denominator. Okay, more than that we can't take. Isn't it? I have only 10 apples. Then how I can take 15 apples? I have to buy. I have to go to market and I have to, without doing anything. I want 15 apples if I say. I have 15, I have only 10 apples. If I say 15 apples, how it is possible? It can't. Okay, this is the thing what you have to remember. Okay, then what about, sir, if you have given me 5 by 4, then it is improper fraction. As we can't write this term, denominator it will be less and numerator it will be more, then it is called as improper fraction. If a by b, we can write in a by b. If this is numerator, bottom we are having denominator. So if the numerator value is greater and denominator is smaller, it is possible? No, it is not possible. So because of that reason, we are telling that as improper fraction. We are telling that as improper fraction. So this is the thing what you have to remember. Okay, now coming to like fractions. What are like fractions? The fractions which have both the denominators the same. You can see here. Here I have two questions. First question is 5 by 4 and second question is 5 by 4, not 4 by 4 maximum I can take. Here I can take 6 by 6. You have to check how we can say they both are like fractions if the parts of whole are same. Understood? Here we have only 4 parts and here we have 6 parts. Are they both like? No, they don't are. They are not like fractions. Okay, so for what we can call the like fractions? If I have taken one square, if I have taken one circle and I have shaded these 2 parts, here I have shaded 1 part. Okay, so what is the fraction of shaded part? 2 by 4. Here what is the fraction of shaded part? 1 by 4. Now see here, the total of these both the things, the whole value of both the things is same, that is 4, isn't it? The denominator value is same. The denominator value is same. As for 2 fraction, for 2 or more than 2 fraction, if the denominators are same, then such type of fractions are called as like fractions. Understood? It means that denominators of 2 or more than 2 fractions should be same. What? Same. If the denominators of 2 or more fractions is same, then only we call that such type of fractions as like fractions. Understood? What about unlike fractions? Reverse, if denominators are not same. Okay, these both are unlike fractions. Why? Here in denominator we have 4, here in denominator we have 6. Here we have denominator 4, here we have denominator 4. So as the denominators are same, the whole parts are same, so they are called as like fractions. Now coming to these both, they are unlike fractions. Why? The whole parts are not same, they are different from each other, isn't it? Because of that reason, they both are unlike fraction. Therefore, denominators of 2 or more fractions are not same. I have given you just simple definitions. Okay, these are all simple definitions. Okay, so it means like fractions, the part of wholes will be same. Here the part of wholes will not be same. So generally I have said you denominators are not same. These are unlike fractions. So for making unlike fractions into like fractions, we have to again do some other creation so that we can convert it into like. Okay, so we'll be discussing it later. Now coming to mixed fraction. Okay, let me tell you what is mixed fraction. So here, if I have taken one circle, okay, so I have divided in 4 parts. Here I have total 1 circle have been shaded 1, and here only 1 circle have been shaded out of 1 by 4th part. Okay, so these totally we are mixing 2 to 3 whole parts and we are converting that into fractions. So such types of fractions are called as mixed fractions. We are been mixing that fractions. Okay, so if I add this both, what will become? It will be converting into mixed fraction. This is the whole part I have to shade. This part is double shaded, isn't it? So like this will be using the mixed fraction, isn't it? So the mixed fraction is written in a form of A, B by C. This is the general way of mixed fractions. So how we will convert it into so this mixed fraction is converted into improper fraction. How we will convert? These both are being multiplied A into C and this numerator have been added, divided by C. This is how we will convert mixed fraction into improper fraction. Why improper fraction? Why? Because we are multiplying this and again we are adding this, na? So it will be converting into mixed fraction. Why? We are taking 2 to 3 whole parts. So in that we will be adding. Okay, in that we will be doing the algebraic symbols. We will be using algebraic symbols. So algebraically we will be adding that. So that whole 2 to 3 fractions when we will be adding, that is converted into mixed fraction. So that mixed fraction can be written in a form of AB by C. Okay, AB by C. And whenever I will convert this into improper fraction, then I have to multiply these both and I have to add this value plus B. Okay, so this how you can convert the mixed fraction into improper fraction. I hope you all understood the definition of fraction and the types of fractions. These are the basic concepts which you have to know about. Okay, so I didn't extend this so much. Why? Because you have already, I think you have studied in your 6th and 5th class about this type of fractions. Okay, just I have given you general definitions so that you can be re-examining yourself to your previous classes. Okay, so this how we'll give the definitions, general basic definitions for the types of fractions. Okay, so what we will be doing in our next class, we will be doing 2 to 3 examples so that you can understand these concepts very easily. Generally, basically, you can understand that all the concepts. Okay, so again in next class, if possible, we will be discussing about decimals and rational numbers. The three are not same, just we are having a little bit, the concept is the same but little bit differences in all three definitions and doing process. Okay, so these types you have to remember compulsorily. Okay, so hope you have understood. Okay, so then thank you.